Hello everybody. In our previous lessons we have found how to find the mean of the group data. We understood that by finding the deviation, stepwise deviation method and various other methods. Now in this lesson we will study about how to find the mode of group data. So welcome to the lesson. Let's recall that in our lower classes we have studied that a mode is that value among the observations which occurs most often. That is, the value of the observation having the maximum frequency. Further, we discussed finding the mode of ungrouped data in our lower classes. Here, we shall discuss ways of obtaining a mode of grouped data. It is possible that more than one value may have the same maximum frequency. In such situations, the data is said to be multimodal. Though group data can also be multimodal, we shall restrict ourselves to problems having a single mode only. Let us first recall how we found the mode for ungrouped data through the following example. So let's take this example. The wickets taken by a bowler in 10 cricket matches are as follows. These are the numbers for the wickets taken. Now what are the number that is occurring the most often? Can you see that? 2, 2 and 2. So what is the mode of this data? It is 2, because that is the frequency that is occurring the most. We can show this in the form of a table. So this table represents the frequency distribution of the number of wickets and the number of matches played. So obviously if we see from the table, we see that in 3 matches the number 2 occurs the most often. So the mode over here is 2. In a general frequency distribution, it is not, in a grouped frequency distribution, it is not possible to determine the mode by looking at the frequencies as we have done over here. Here we can only locate a class with the maximum frequency called the modal class. So when we have grouped frequency, it becomes very difficult for us to locate the frequency that is occurring the most number of times. So in a group frequency, what we will do is we will locate a class with the maximum frequency, and that class is called a modal class. The mode is a value inside the modal class and is given by a formula, and let us see what that formula is. The formula to find the mode of a grouped frequency distribution is given by L plus F1 minus F0 over 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 times H. And what are these variables? L stands for lower limit of the modal class. H stands for the size of the class interval, assuming all class sizes to be equal. F1 is the frequency of the modal class. Fo or F0 is the frequency of the class preceding the modal class, and F2 is the frequency of the class succeeding the modal class. So once we know these parameters, then we can easily plug into the formula and find the mode of the group frequency table. Let us try an example and see how we use the formula in finding the mode. Let's try this example. A survey conducted on 20 households in a locality by a group of students resulted in the following frequency table for the number of family members in a household. Find the mode of this data. So we have the class size 1 to 3, that means the size of the class is 2. 3 minus 1, 2. Number of families, 7. If the family size was from 3 to 5, the number of families were 2. From 5 to 7, number of families 2. 7 to 9, 2, 9 to 11, 1. So we need to find the mode of this data. So let's figure out. The maximum class frequency is what? 8. This is the maximum class frequency. And the class corresponding to this frequency is 3 to 5. So what is our modal class? 3 to 5. What is our maximum frequency? 8. So now we can try to figure out the variables of the mode formula and plug it into the formula and find out what is the mode of this frequency distribution table. So let's go ahead with that. So the modal class we know is 3 to 5. Class size is 2, h, because 3 minus 1, 2, 5 minus 3, 2, so that is the size of the class. The lower limit of the modal class is 3, and the frequency f1 of the modal class is 8, and frequency of the class preceding the modal class is 7. Frequency f2 of the succeeding modal class is 2. So we know all the variables. We will plug into the formula and then find out what's the answer. So this is the formula of the mode: L plus f1 minus f0 over 2f1 minus f0 minus f2 times h. We already know what are the variables, so we plug in the variables over here and then simplify, and we get the mode as 3.286. So therefore the mode of the data is 3.286. Very easy problem. The only thing is you need to remember the formula, you need to know what each variable stands for, and then figure out the values of those variables and plug it into the formula and get the mode of the group frequency table. Let's look at example 6. The marks distribution of 30 students in a mathematics examination are given in the table 14.3 above. Find the mode of this data. Also, compare and interpret the mode and the mean. So if you refer to the table, since the maximum number of students, what are the maximum number of students frequency? 7, have got marks in the interval of 40 to 45. So what is the modal class? 40 to 45. What is the lower limit of the class? 40. That is L in our variable. What is the class size? 15. That's h. What is the frequency of the modal class? 7. That's our f1. What is the frequency of the class preceding the modal class? 3. That's our f0. What is the frequency of the class succeeding the modal class? 6. So that's our f2. So we know all the variables. We can just plug it into the mode formula and find the answer. Let's do that. So since we know all the values of the variables, we can plug it into the mode formula, and we plug the values of all the variables. The mode we get is 52. So we know the mode, and in our previous videos for the same example we have found out the mean for this table. So let us see what is the relationship between them. So we know the mode marks is 52, the mean marks is 62. So what does it mean? It means that the maximum number of students obtained 52 marks, while on an average student obtained 62 marks. So this is how you find the mode of grouped frequency distribution table. Know the formula, know what each variable represents, identify the values of those variables, plug it into the formula and get the mode. Very easy. Thank you for watching this video, and please share and subscribe to this channel, Wisdom Outlined. Thank you very much.